sort of like a park within a building.
It really is. I mean, what's really amazing is unless you actually come in here like we're doing it now, you never know this was here.
Well, I'm here with Ed Wisner, Executive Vice President of the platform, and we're at the Boulevard, the first new residential housing unit in the new center in 30 years?
Or more.
Or more, 231 units?
Correct. Come on in. So this is a one-bedroom unit that we call the Baltimore.
Nice place.
Yeah, in addition, we have almost 20,000 square feet of first floor retail facing West Grand Boulevard and 330 parking spaces in the building as well. We feel very strongly in creating developments and neighborhoods that are for everyone. So as an example of that, in this building, we have 20% affordable units. We also have market rate units. We have mixed use properties for most of our developments. So this project has retail, as I mentioned, and residential.
So when you look at this boulevard, this housing, you say 20% is affordable. What does affordable mean here?
As an example, you can get into this building in a range anywhere from just over $1,000 a month for an affordable studio to the high 2000s for our largest, highest two-bedroom unit. So we have created a development that is good for families. It's good for young people. It's good for single people. It's a development for all.
This building here took a little longer than you'd hoped. We're running into a situation in Detroit where development is starting to slow down just a bit, not because of demand, but because of a shortage of labor, a shortage of construction workers.
So we have a project that will be starting in the summer of next year in Midtown, right on Woodward, that was placed on hold about a year ago because of your exact point. We had construction pricing that was almost 30% higher.
Wow.
And on hard cost construction of 40 million, 10 million of that, so it should have come in at 30, it came in at 40.
You all are involved in Midtown, now deeply involved in New Center, but you're also in the neighborhoods. What is the platform doing in Detroit's neighborhoods?
Well, we feel very strongly that for Detroit to really come back, it needs to come back in all areas. So we're doing a key development that we hope will be a catalyst for other development in Old Redford near the Brightmoor neighborhood in what we just named the Obama Building. That's a small building. It's only got 4 residential units and just under 10,000 feet of retail on the ground floor. However, it's so significant on a key corner that we think it'll be a catalyst for future development.
Ed, we've spent a lot of time in the Island View neighborhood where you're also working. Can you update us on your plans for Island View and what's actually going on?
Sure. So we have 2 projects over there, very distinct. We have one that's sort of on East Grand, almost at the corner, which is a series of properties that we are buying the land from the land bank. And that will be sort of small scale neighborhood residential development with an affordable component. Also at the corner on the side closer to downtown was an old Big Boy site. And we had originally envisioned a residential tower on that site. But as you referenced, construction costs and labor shortages and everything else, that project will probably take a bit longer to come to fruition just because a tower is very, very expensive, the construction costs for that. And so it would command higher rents in order for the project to actually make economic sense.
And is Detroit a market yet where you can charge high rents, the sort of rents you see in Chicago and other places?
No, unfortunately it's not. Now we're hopeful over time as Detroit becomes more well known and more people from around the country and the world, quite frankly, want to come and live here. Rents will eventually rise to the point where we hope they will compete with some of the cities you mentioned, but they're not there yet.